No, I won't take that no more. I love that, the YouTube drags me for not paying attention until up until the second because the way y'all be seeing me BSing on my phone before I go live, the way YouTube starts earlier than I keep forgetting that it do, it don't matter. Welcome. It is Monday evening. Y'all know how we do on Mondays. We're back for a dissection. We're doing LoveCraft Country, the series, up until it's over, baby. Until we done, until the finale. I'm your host, JustLatasha, breaking down color theory, breaking down theme, breaking down character arcs, breaking down story. Doing so much here on tonight's dissection. I thank y'all. Y'all get so excited every time the show's over. Y'all tag me, y'all DM me, y'all put me on to new stuff. Y'all discover things yourself and let me know. Go ahead and do that. But where are you going to do it? On my social media, baby. Follow me on Instagram at JustLatasha. Follow me on Twitter at JustLatasha404. I am getting ready to go into my sketch comedy series. I'm producing it. I wrote it. I'm starring in it. We got some incredible people attached to the project. Shout out to Mandy B of Horrible Decisions. I just did her new podcast, her podcast called Period Sis. It came out today. The episode came out today. Go on and listen to my interview and my conversation with Mandy B on her new podcast, Period Sis. I spoke about loving my features, being a dark-skinned Black woman, being a boss, being an entrepreneur. All the goodies I had to share, just my life mottos, my values, my beliefs. All of that is over on that episode, so go ahead and check that out. Thank you so much for having me, Mandy. We got Dustin Ross for the Friend Zone starring in one of the episodes. JustLatasha's Interactions. Follow the show page. Interactions on Instagram and Twitter. INNR Actions. We got some fire directors attached to the project. Shout out to Jesse Wu, the comedian, the Haitian, my sister, my Zozo God. Shout out to Jesse Wu for being a director on that. I'm going to be announcing some more directors later. Let me set up these meetings. Let me set up these meetings. Okay, I'm reloaded. I see y'all in the chat. Shout out to my patrons in here. Shout out to Mara Cherie. Shout out to LB. Shout out to Iana. Shout out to A Barty. Shout out to Cali Girl. Who else in here? Who else in here? Who else in here? My patrons, thank you so much for being here. If you're not a patron, fix that, baby. Patreon.com/JustLatasha. I posed a question, a poll to my patrons and my patrons only today. What else we dissecting Thursday? Because Thursday I want to dissect what y'all want to see. Random ass TV episodes. So I asked my patrons, are we going to dissect the Emmy Award winning Watchmen? Shout out to Regina King, the King. Shout out to Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, my love. It hurts so bad how much I love that man. I be trying to ignore it. I be trying to be like, I can't read. All of a sudden, I can't see. I don't want to see or hear nothing he's doing or saying. That print stripe suit, my God. Was it Louis, baby? Was it Louis Vuitton? And ask my patrons, are we dissecting the award-winning Euphoria? Shout out to Zendaya. From Disney to King. You understand? You understand? So we'll see. It'll be a surprise to y'all who are not patrons what we'll be dissecting Thursday. My patrons will absolutely know because they're the ones who are going to choose what we'll be dissecting Thursday. Man, inspirational night. We also do exclusive live streams every Sunday. Boozy Burn Sunday only on Patreon only access. Make sure your patrons access that show. We had such a fire conversation yesterday. I had some tequila and OJ. They joined me in some drinks and some cocktails. Dang, patrons, what we even talked about? We talked about so much. My brain is on daddy. You know what I mean? My brain is, it don't matter. But we turning sharp. We focus now. Y'all ready? Thank you for throwing hearts up in the chat. I know this is a love room. What's up, Trini Boy? What's up, Nick the Supreme? Vicky, Rosa, Tia, Jordan, Kay's here. Social Purgatory's here. I see y'all. Mara said them feet was looking all big. Talking about yeah. That lady cracks me up every week. She is so funny. I can't. All right. Is we ready? We diving in. Here we go. LoveCraft Country, episode 6, Dissection. We may be here for a while. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was trying to cut it down today to make sure that we could do it in an hour. We may go over. So buckle in, put your brains on, put your director's eyes on. Let's go. Meet me in Daegu. We doing it. Yes, I will take that some more. Yes, give me an opening shot, please. The Judy Garland, starring in Meet Me in St. Louis. And we're already starting with our color theme. This is what we're going to do going into the episode. We have our red versus blue, our hot versus cold, our communist versus who the name of the anti-communist? We need a history major in here stat, because the way I had to look up things, I was like, now what happened back down to 1950, please? North Korea versus South Korea, the communist war. Man. We have our color theme right here, our red versus blue, and we're going to go ahead and go in. And we are here with Ji-ah, played by the incredible Jamie Chung, who dreams of singing the trolley song that Judy Garland is performing on this big theater stage from Meet Me in St. Louis. And our girl, Ji-ah, wants love and connection. She really, she idolizes it. She romanticizes it, this love and connection, dreaming of a love that sweeps her off her feet. Disney fucked us up. The rom-coms, the love, the love movies fucked us up because we thought men was going to act right. Why would they lie to us like that? Where do we have to send the HR letter? Where do we have to send it? Why do they lie to us like that? We dream of a love that sweeps us off our feet. But have you met these niggas? Fucked us up. And we can see Ji-ah sitting in that sea of red, sitting in the darkness until she gets up to the screen where she is battling right in between two worlds, the red and the blue. And we're going to talk deeply about that when we get into this show. When we see Ji-ah at home, this is the first thing that we see, right? We see her reflection. Y'all know what mirrors mean, and they use a lot of mirrors in this series. We know what the mirrors mean. We see a difference of identity. I'm really sorry about my pictures, y'all. My closed captioning was broke and it wouldn't turn off. So everything is going to have a closed caption on it. It's mad annoying. I'm really sorry, but it is what it is for tonight. We see that Ji-ah is representative of a different identity. This is a mask that we're looking at. And let's look at the colors again, completely opposite from that dark red space where we first met her, right? Now we're here in neutrals and whites and very clean, pristine, pure, innocent whites. And she's singing her little trolley song and prancing along, but it's in a mirror. But it's in a mirror. We brought back the butterflies. Who noticed that? Who noticed that we had some butterflies in the room? Because we was talking about it all last episode 5, the cocoon versus the butterfly. Ruby putting on that white woman body cocoon bloody suit. These my bloody suits. Montrose living in a cocoon couldn't have been the fully gay Black man that you see until he emerged free in that club down to the drag queens. Did y'all notice? So we have the return of the butterflies as she's leaving her reflection, right? This story taking place in 1949, Daegu, South Korea. Let's meet Mama. We're going to meet Mama, who is feeding her daughter this fleshy red cabbage, some kimchi. Feeding her daughter. Let's remember this shot because this is going to be integral to what we're discussing tonight. Again, looking at the colors, mom in dark, daughter in light. Mommy has so much baggage, secrets, history, shame. Her mother is a disgraced woman and has been since her husband's death, versus her daughter Ji-ah, who is almost this blank slate. You see her mother feeding her, right? Giving her information, messages, status quo, values, beliefs, history, generational knowledge, feeding it right to her. Her daughter easily influenced and malleable, right? And Ji-ah promises her mother, I will redeem this family's respect once I graduate. She's in nursing school. She got her smart head on. And once she graduates, we're going to end this right here. And it's going to end with me, mama. Oh, didn't we say that to our parents so much? Didn't we say this to our parents? Mara said, I miss them butterflies. Mostly Mosey says, everyone is in a state of metamorphosis. Look how they did 2 episodes on us. They snuck it in on this one. But absolutely, you are right. Let's look at mama's hands. Is something on her hands. Do I want to spoil it yet? I don't know. But what I will say is the road to hell can be paved with good intentions, because the daddy ain't here no more. The husband ain't here no more, right? Dead. And she says to Ji-ah, let me move my screen so I can see. She says to Ji-ah, the only way for you to bring respect back to this family is for you to bring home men, not multiple. You heard them too. They said, Niga. They said, Niga. What kind of niggas y'all bringing home? Where the hood niggas at? Where they at? That does not translate from Korean to English. That does not mean men. That does not translate. But they was saying nigga mad time. So I was just like, what are they talking about? Like, what is she saying? You got something to say it to my face. Because we can have a problem if you want a problem. But they didn't want a problem. They're just saying, go ahead and do the thing you're supposed to do. Young Ja. We meet the friend here hanging over a body who is praised for bringing home a man, right? She may not have to be in school no more. Y'all said stop. Okay, sorry. Mara Sharice, CJK, Jordan, blood on her hands. It's a group win tonight. It's looking like a group win tonight. Look at my babies. Y'all know it. Blood on the hands, mama. Y'all saw it. Y'all so smart. I love it. Young Ja is praised for bringing home a man. This is exactly what Ji-ah wants. This is exactly what she wants. How you get a man and I can't get no man? I thought my socks was cute. Her socks wasn't cute. Young Ja being the sexy, the sensual, the free. Don't rely on nobody's acceptance. Young Ja being the butterfly. I'm gonna do what I want. Well, it wasn't quite working for Ji-ah. So she tries to mimic Young Ja's lines to catch a date. Well, what does she do? What does she say? Well, this is what she said. You is so smart and so pretty. That ain't work. What happened? That ain't work. Why they crossed the 31 right in front of her face? It was rude. Why they be crossing the 31 right in this girl's face? They couldn't walk away first. They couldn't sit at the next table first. I still would have been looking like, is he circling or Xing? Well, fuck you too. I ain't even like you like that with that whack ass red suit on. They crossed it out right in front of her face. That's mad rude. Let's get to the dates. Ji-ah tells this guy who might have been promising, I want to feel that bolt of lightning. The way Julie Garland felt when she saw her neighbor for the first time. And we watched Ji-ah mimic how Love looked on screen, and she's trying to create it. Okay, well, if Young Ja was able to bag these niggas with this line, I'm gonna do it. All right, well, if Judy Garland was singing songs and saying these lines, I'm gonna try to do it, because something I'm doing is not working. Like, where can I get a little piece of that y'all giving over there, right? This date wearing red, which can, symbolize danger and wounds, but right here it might symbolize a little passion, little desire for love, right? He crossed out that 31. No, he want Young Ja. Now look, something's got to give. It's because she's showing them damn pretty ankles. Your socks was cuter than mine. Let me, when I get a sock, y'all gonna be tight. Maya says, super rude. They was swiping in real time. So Maya said, I thought it was bingo. Lana says, 31 is my number 2, so I was tight seeing the X. I'm sorry. Cali Girl says, he was a daughter of Judy on the low. He was a daughter of Judy on the low? What does that mean, Callie? Say it again. Say it one more time. He was a daughter of Judy. What does that mean, y'all? Because CJ agreed, so I want to know what that meant. Indie Girl said, he was so sweet and then he just ditched her. Young Ja got the socks. I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, Young Ja got the socks. Like, hers is rolled up. That's not cute. Young Ja got the frills on it. Oh, that's what you meant, Callie Girl. You're guessing he's gay. Oh, welcome to the room, UK Leone. All right, well, let's move on. I don't know if he gay. You know who might be gay? Is she, you know, because you know who might be gay? Besides me. Young Joe was holding that hand a little. I would have been down to coffee. And didn't she go? Didn't she go? You're right. Vicky C says Judy is a gay icon, which what would make a man be just as much of a fan as Ji-ah. I be missing it, don't I? I missed it with Montrose. Now I'm missing it with him. Oh, he want to go get coffee with Young Ja, though. They all friends of Judy. Okay, because y'all are using a lingo that I'm not hip on. I'm not up on game. Y'all saying daughter of Judy, friend of Judy. I'm like, who is lingo? Like my good Judy. Now that we're all up to speed, I think we can go ahead and move on, right? So Young Ja inspires Ji-ah to live for herself and not whatever her mama is asking of her. What do you want to do? You want to go get coffee? She sure did. She sure did. Now, she sees somebody that she liked down to the bar. Where was this girl the whole time? So you worried about socks and you worried about your mama. You could have just sat up in the red light and gave this energy the whole time. Somebody shoot me this look down to the bar and I'm going wherever you said. Somebody shoot me this look down to the bar and Houston, we've got liftoff. What are we doing? You should have shot this look from the beginning. And when she allows herself, if just for a moment, she's allowing herself to be free from other people's controls and other people's expectations of who she should be, she can obtain her desire. She ain't had to say a word. That man was outside. What happened in the meet cute? What happened in the meet speed dating, the meet ting? Look at this, drenched in red, drenched in passion. They were singing in Spanish, y'all. And I know we don't like saying Spanish on the internet. They were singing in Latinx. Mostly Moses said, I do love a good look over the shoulder. Myra said, you better seduce with your ass. I'm gonna ask my first audience question of the evening. Why is her date in the mirror? I'm gonna ask this is my first audience question. Let's turn our minds on. We sharp, we smart, we is grown. That's Beyonce's Coachella. Why is her date in the mirror, y'all? Lana says, all these relationships bred from bars are, might I say, toxic. CJ says, I feel like the speed date was her actually looking for a boo, not a sacrifice. Cause he cheating. Jordan thinks his date is in the mirror because he's cheating. Because he married. He about to be split. He has a wife. He's married. He has another life. Conflicting power, these monsters reflecting themselves. He's a whole married man. Did I miss that he was married? Did y'all see a ring or something? How do we all get here? Y'all saw a ring? Because here's my take. His intentions weren't true. Here's my take, y'all. And I'm not saying y'all are wrong. Y'all could be absolutely right. I honestly think I missed something. I think I missed a ring or something. Did I miss a ring? Indie Girl says, was he married? I would like to know. I would like to know that. I would really like to know that. Shout out to Boots the God. I Love New York reunion. Jordan says we see his wedding and oh duh, yes, the wedding and the baby and the Yahoo. Okay. So yes, yeah. Here's my take on him in the mirror. Because he's in her lair. This is her mirror. This is her world, her realm, right? I think this is the reveal that he's actually not a date. She could care less for the sex and the connection, but like y'all said, he's a sacrifice. He's about to be a victim. The Black Widow, right? Is that what the spider in Letty's house mean? Okay, see, now we're going too fast. Trapping her date, and this is food. This is feasting of souls. He ain't no damn date. The real intention for him is what she sees in the mirror. Is what my take of it, but yeah, hell yeah, he married. Look at the juxtaposition of emotion, all the emotion, the fire he feels, and look how she is void, emotionless, cold, right? We got the hot versus the cold. She's out. She's out, the light versus the dark, right? Ooh, girl, let's discuss duality. Tonight we are discussing the theme of monster or hero. Duality, two sides to this lovely Ji-ah. She is a nurse, a healer, a savior, but feeds on soldiers to live, a murderer in the dark. A healer in the light, a murderer in the dark. Let's introduce us to the monster. Ji-ah is a nine-tailed Kumiho fox spirit who can read the entire life of every victim she kills, right? In that mirror, he was not a date, but he was a victim. When we saw her reflection earlier, we were looking at the mask of the human form. We thought we were looking at a daughter. We thought we were looking at somebody innocent and pure, right? But that was a mask. Her role as a daughter is false, is the other identity. How she's really operating this world is Kumiho, which is the butterfly that resides in this human cocoon that we know as Ji-ah. Oh, Elle said, I was not ready. Cleo says, Foxy. Yes, the fox. The fox. Let's discuss that red. Y'all already called it from early on. These were not dates, but targets for her killing. This wasn't passion. This was the blood drenched down to the bar. We will be covered in blood tonight, not passion. And surprise, mom is in on the goddamn plan. And she tells her daughter, go ahead and get 10 more. Damn, mama. Damn, mama. The feminist agenda. Eat these niggas. Meek says, I thought she was a spider. I'm slow. We don't know what the hell this lady is. Now look, I don't know if she a fox or a spider, but I'm going too fast. All right. I'm just trying to solve things. We just got to wait episode 7, 8, 9. Let's talk about the Americans. Now we hit summer of 1950. Historical lesson: in June 1950, communist North Korea invaded South Korea. The United States came to the aid of South Korea. And in this episode, the Americans are shouting as they come through with soldier vehicles. Do not be alarmed. America is here to fight for your freedom. How you here fighting for freedom when you have victims back in the US? You got prisoners and you got slaves and you have segregation and you have sundown towns. Freedom from what and from who, right? How do you roll to this town promising safety as you destroy it and coming through with these fucking war vehicles? Are the Americans, these American soldiers, monsters or heroes? Especially from North Korea, because you about to get your ass beat. You ain't, it depends on where you at, right? It's giving jail. It's giving jail. Not a Pokemon, Sean. Don't do that. She is not a Pokemon. It's looking like Ji-ah is in jail. Jail controlled by her mother, even though she's the dangerous one. She's the monster. But it's giving jail, right? Again, we have in our colors the blue versus the red. We have her mother full of all of these hidden feelings. She's hot. Versus her daughter who was void, attempting to mimic emotions. She's cold, right? We have a war. We have a war between mother and daughter. If Ji-ah obtains souls through sex, why does she know her father's soul and memory? Why does she know her mother's husband's soul? Soraya says, Ji-ah been jail. Why do I talk to y'all? Why do I talk to y'all? Ooh, Christian says it's given. Mother is the real monster. Cleve says, fuck that mom. Sometimes you gotta cut them off. Ooh. If Ji-ah obtains souls and memories through sex, why does she have her mother husband's soul? Her mother weaponizing Ji-ah's body sexually just as her husband did. Using Ji-ah's body to obtain more bodies, more souls, more deaths and murder for her own gain. And her mother gives her advice to get some more souls. We gotta go. We gotta get like 10 more. War is prime time to collect souls and bodies. Americans are just like the Japs. They have no conscience. They sexually assault women who they are sworn to protect. Ma'am, this is you. Americans are just like the Japs. They have no conscience and they assault women who they are sworn to protect. Ma'am, this is you. Because your husband was down to the room touching on your daughter the way he wasn't supposed to. And now look at how you're using your daughter's body to get your goals met. Can we say coercion, which I May Destroy You taught us is what? The mother uses Ji-ah's body as a weapon versus how it was weaponized due to her husband's assault. And the mom, to make up for it, summoned a Kumiho spirit into her daughter with help from a mudang. I feel like I spelled it different 100 times. I'm trying to figure out which one was the right one. Get help from a mudang. And when Ji-ah obtains 100 souls, she can become human again, giving her mother the daughter that she wishes would come back. The mom updates her, if you just get 2 more, all these bad memories will be gone. You could be my daughter again, right? Ooh, we talking blood on the hands. We are talking blood on the hands. There are so many wars happening here. A war between the murderer and the healer, the monster, the hero, right? But the war between the Americans versus the Koreans. Ji-ah's in here getting her hands dirty, literally covering herself in the blood of racist Americans who are ready to attack and kill and harm and assault her. And she has to be there to heal them. Remember we had to do that over here? Mara said 99 bodies. Child. Child. She was outside. How about it? Austin says, I think the mom is parallel to monstrous, just some parents using harmful tactics to protect their children. Let's remember that word. We're going to come back to you. We're going to come back to that. Look at that. Look at that picture from history. Black nurses in the American South saving the body of a KKK member. All of a sudden, I can't read. I would have had something in my eye all night. I would have said, oh, LaTasha, you're the best goddamn nurse on this floor. What is your problem? I can't see. I think my contact fell at. Stop. Everybody stop moving. Stop walking my contact on the ground. Stop. I can't see. I gotta save this. I gotta save this KKK member. I need my eyes. Somebody might step. See, John, you just broke. Dr. John, you just broke my damn contact. Now I can't finish. I can't finish now. I can't work. I can't work. And the girl says, damn, I would have went on a break. Look, you couldn't have got me in that room. I'm sorry. You couldn't have got me in that room. Let's bring the friends back. Ji-ah and Young Ja having a conversation walking down the street, and Ji-ah worried about this romance and this love. Is like, why do you like that boy? Because I hate you having them communist conversation. Don't be saying communist conversation outside, girl. You don't know why we having this war? You just gonna call me a communist in the middle of the street? Young Ja watches what happens to a communist, how the society handles communists, watches him be hanged. Look at Ji-ah. Look how emotionless she is. She don't even react. She has nothing for this moment right here. And how Young Ja has showed Ji-ah how she cared about her, how she invests in her well-being, how she's there for her. She always grabs her hands. And in this moment where Young Ja is disturbed by this communist hanging, Ji-ah grabs her hands. Just the same way she mimicked that Yahoo from her victim, just the same way she mimics that trolley song by Judy Garland. We are very unsure whether or not this Kumiho spirit is able to enact true emotion, or you mimicking, you fronting, you just doing what you see. Somebody said wear frilly socks, you trying to roll your socks down. Somebody say go outside, you go outside. Somebody say do this, you do that. Who are you, baby? You feel something or nah? Do you feel something or nah? Maya said, look, we in public, come on now. UK Leone says lynching public through the war too. Young Ja says, look what they're doing to this person. They killed him while the American soldiers just stood by. And you saw that North Korean hanging the way, but we saw so many Black people hanging down in the South in America. And this Korean person is being hung by other Koreans. Right before we got out here, Young Ja one more time gives her permission to be herself and to be different, right? And this, for the first time, Ji-ah is giving her body purpose and autonomy. See, she was using her body for her mother's wishes. Her body was being controlled first by her daddy, then by her mother. Young Ja looks at her and says, do what it is you want. For the first time, she sees the anger in Young Ja. She sees the anger in her society, and she gives her body purpose and autonomy. Now, to justify her anger for the war, she's going to start aiming for American soldiers. But let me put some purpose into what I'm doing here, right? Oh, y'all said the soldiers enjoying that body too. Ooh. Decarius Blevins. Where you from, Decarius? Ji-ah is learning to become human. Absolutely. Absolutely. Decarius Blevins. I would have called your name all the time if I was a teacher. You would have been in trouble. You would have been in trouble. Let's bring it back to these butterflies, y'all. Her mom says, you can't feel nothing. You a monster. Ji-ah responds, how can I act like a monster to achieve the humanity and enact love? Why would it take a monster to get to the place you want me to be human? Have you seen what humans is outside doing? Right? Ji-ah asking the question, if humans are monster too, then what's the point of becoming human? You seen what y'all outside doing? You want me to become that? I'm bad, but y'all good? I think not on today. And Ji-ah refuses to take on another soul to become a human daughter. We're going to stay Kumiho and what? We are staying here. Zacharias Blevins from Alabama. Of course. Of course you are. Yeah, you are. Ji-ah starts singing this butterfly song. Yellow butterfly, white butterfly, right? This is not your daughter inside here. She don't even know this song. She only knows this song because she can absorb memories of her slain victims, and her victim's memory, her daddy's memory, remembers her, the daughter, singing the song. This is storytelling, y'all. This is storytelling, right? This is the song her mother taught her. The daughter is cocooned in her own body. And isn't this the tale of assault victims? Your body becomes this prison. You are disconnected from your body. Your body has been used in a way that you haven't consented. And so there's a disconnect. This murderous spirit who needs to fester on more souls. The daughter imprisoned in her own body. What is freedom? Freedom from who? The daughter can't be free from her own body. Can the Kumiho spirit demand freedom from monstrous humanity? Can the mother be free from her guilt? The guilt of allowing her husband to molest Ji-ah, to free herself from societal shame. Well, I'm a mother who had a baby out of wedlock, so I am shamed. And in order to get out the shame, I have to have this man. And this man only picked me because I am shamed. And he knew that he could do whatever he wanted in my house, just as long as I didn't carry this shame over my head when I walk outside. Oh, we are storytelling tonight. We are storytelling tonight. Mara Sharice, I think you won tonight's dissection. We're going to get back to that. I think you won tonight's dissection. We're going to get back to that. We are discussing generational pain and trauma, y'all. Because just like the American soldiers assault Korean women, her daddy was assaulting her in her own house. The mother is like, oh, these American men are supposed to protect you, but they out here hurting you. Just like your husband was supposed to protect Ji-ah, but hurt her. Just like you were supposed to protect Ji-ah, but you hurt her. By putting that spirit in her body. All of y'all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all doing it. Let's get to the soldiers, the Black and Korean soldiers enacting violence on these Korean women. We got to talk about this Twitter debate. We have to really stop and talk about this Twitter debate. We find Tic, who appears right at the perfect midpoint of the story. We find Tic, and we see a glimpse of his past from Korea. The horror and violence he was commanded to fulfill in Korea is Tic. I keep saying Tic, and it's Tic, because y'all yelled at me about that. Tic. Is Tic a monster or a hero? So brilliantly written in the chat by Mara Sharice, who wins tonight's dissection. Soraya says, and that's the whole theme of the show. Are the real monsters humans? Because we be doing the most, aka Epstein and them. Monsters in real life human history. Monsters. Whew. Maya says, I struggle with understanding if the public shame was truly her husband's abuse of her child or her husband's death, her being a widow. Women who aren't partnered get punished all over the world. It could be all of that. It could be all of that. Meek says, I have no respect for Tic Tac. After this episode, whatever happens, happens. Ooh, we lost one. We lost one, y'all. Not Tic Tac. Whew, young Ja comes out as the communist spy. Is she a monster or a hero? Depends on what side you at. If you're North Korea, she's your hero. If you South Korea, she's a betrayer. If you are Ji-ah, she is your savior and your hero. A South Korean finding a communist North Korean as a hero. Woo. Let's talk about Twitter conversations real quick. We're gonna stop by this Twitter conversation real quick. It's been tricky to watch conversations about how Black fans are finding this super disappointing because they're watching Black people and Asian people kill Asian people. They're watching Black people kill brown people, more marginalized voices. They're killing Native people. And it's just like, why do we have to watch that? So what kind of white supremacy is this if Black and brown people are killing Black and brown people, or like people of color are killing people of color, and why they making Black people the bad guys? Because baby, this is history. It's messy and muddled and unclear, and there are no clear Black and white lines, huh? There were Black soldiers doing terrible things in the name of their country and coming home as vets, being monsters and foreigners and N-words. So I almost said it. I know I would let the word rip. This is what it looks like. It's messy and confusing, and you cannot invest in a show that's going to give you a false version and a false narrative just to make you feel good. Feel bad and sit in it. Baby, this was supposed to trigger you. Be triggered. Be triggered. Sit in your discomfort. Sit in the feelings. Know it. See it. Just because we Black and oppressed don't mean we perfect. We out here doing wrong by ourselves and by each other. And we are under the spell of white supremacy at the same damn time. If this show cannot give you all white people are bad and all Black and brown and Asian people are good, that don't even make sense. But they still put the onus on white supremacy because we're still under their spell globally. These Asian and Black people are fighting a white supremacist war. and white people inserted themselves in the conversation, and the same reason Ji-ah can walk around and hate American soldiers and go into the movie theater and love Judy Garland. It's messy and unclear. That's humans, baby. That's people, folk. Giggles says, history is disgusting. Tired of the lies in history books. Vervolet says, products of the military-industrial complex. Y'all said, I hate the sex scene. We have multiple truths, as Mosley said. We have multiple truths. You cannot expect a TV show to satisfy all of your personal needs and need to walk away from the show feeling good. You don't have to get that. That doesn't mean the show sucks. That doesn't mean the writers are blind. That just means you're uncomfortable. We're going to be here for a while, y'all. We're going to be here for a while. Moving right along, we have lost. Ji-ah has lost 2 of her love, robbed of 2 of her joys, her best friend, Young Ja, and her favorite movie theater, the only theater available in town, so she can go see all of her wonderful movies, gone. Uh-oh, Tic here. Tic here. I don't know why I want to call them Tic. But y'all, I was going to ask y'all another audience question, but y'all been talking about it already all night. Y'all ahead of me. Which is which? Is Tic monster or hero? Ji-ah, monster or hero? US, monster or hero? We have no idea. Y'all was already going off about it. Alex says, so Tic is a war criminal. He has done some terrible things and he's been running from them demons since we met him. Episode 2, when he was down to Braithwaite Mansion, and he had his horror nightmare, his horror fever dream, and he fought Ji-ah in full veteran combat. I should have put the picture here. I totally forgot. In full veteran combat, she was fighting that man in his room. It was a projection of his worst nightmares, his love embodying his demons. Ji-ah reflecting him, reflecting the worst parts of him, his love. Going to kill him. She was going to kill him in that room. Or was he going to kill himself? Or projecting what he loves and what he hates. Those extremes came smashing together. Ji-ah as his war self. Sarai says, I think they're only monsters because of their society and upbringing. Indie Girl says, I think the abuse Tic suffered from his father, harboring the pain and anger gave him the excuse to do what he was doing and gave him a nudge into it. UK Leone says, war criminal and victim. Oof. Woo, y'all ready? Let's go. Ji-ah steps outside because what she's going to do is transform into the monster. What she's going to do is set that monster free. Blood on the hands, y'all. Blood on the hands. We have given this monster purpose and a target. What's up? What's up? Our hero / monsters meet right in the middle. Look at these window panes, right? Duality, transparency, reflection, two sides of the same pain. Like, you know, and she wants to, like everybody who's mad on Twitter, wants to see Tic as one thing. He's a monster. He killed my best friend and I'm going to get him. She wants to see him as this one thing, this big, scary monster. But look how hurt and vulnerable and weak he is. He met her with kindness, with softness, with humor. All this emotion, all this light in the room. There's such a duality to humanity and monsters. Everything is not all or nothing. Y'all said it in the chat, right? We see this story come again that we saw in episode 1 and 2, this copy of Monte Cristo. Montrose's favorite story, a copy of his book. Which, because she hated him, Ji-ah just ruined the story's ending. I love that this episode dragged the book versus movie fans. I hate that this series ain't the book because y'all it's divested from the book so far. So did Monte Cristo. And I like that they have like a head of it. They got ahead of the conversation. Because she saw the movie, but he read the book. It's two different endings, sweetheart. You want to go ahead and find out for yourself? And she had yet to meet kindness and genuine interest from a man, right? Back to these windows. This is a reflection. They are the mirrors of each other. We know she's a monster, but we're rooting for her. We're on her side, knowing what she does in the nighttime, because we've also seen her soft and vulnerable sides, right? Should we give this grace to other monsters? Yeah, I remember I May Destroy You when Arabella was hugging and kissing and loving on her abuser, her assaulter. Do we give grace to the monsters? Man. CJ says, I was thinking, Ji-ah better than me. Mosley says, I really hope Letty gets some of this tenderness at some point, because the way he be throwing her up against the wall like Play-Doh. He be handling the shit out of Letty. I don't know what the fuck. Elle says, no, there's no grace for monsters. I'm with y'all. No, for what? Zacharias, who says Tic seems like a mix of Uncle George and Montrose. Split right down the middle, ain't he? Split right down the middle, ain't he? Because Uncle George is the blood, but Montrose is the raising. We're gonna move on. Getting back into our colors, red on Ji-ah, well, not quite a red, but a reddish on Ji-ah, who now has Tic as a target, and she wants her vengeance versus Tic in that cool, cold blue, chilling, relaxing, having a great time, versus the green, the army vet, which we cannot decide if he's a hero or a monster. And we know that vets are monsters when they get back home. Sung informs her, as long as I'm in South Korea or America, I'm going to be called this slur. And the only reason why he's here is because he was drafted. Like her, his body is used for someone else's gain and goals. He didn't have no choice, but he didn't have no choice to be this monster to the communists, right? And here in her humanity and her relation or mimicking of humanity, she finds commonality in Tic. Well, they done connected now, huh? Let me go ahead and read and finish up this book for you because you showed me something outside. Let me see something. And they discover that they're both in single parent homes, which are estranged and toxic. And this is the first man that likes her rolled down tube socks. That's because he ain't see them frilly socks. Now he like a sock, huh? Now he likes a sock. And in this book, on the slash page, we have the final line. Live and be happy until the day you die. Well, go ahead and be happy then, children, my beloved children. We miss Uncle George, y'all. We missing Uncle George, y'all, who helped Tic during this date, setting up an in-house movie theater, sensitive, giving, caring, thoughtful, romantic, literally making her movie dreams come true. Because she was dreaming it all by herself in the beginning. Look who brought it into her reality. We call that a manifestation. We call that a manifestation. Huh? This movie that they're watching is called Summer Stock with Judy Garland and Gene Kelly. And the story goes as is. Although Joe is engaged to Abigail, he begins to fall in love with Jane after Abigail leaves him in an angry fit. And it's looking like this love triangle here between Tic, Letty, and Ji-ah. It's looking very close to this love triangle right here. Let's find some freedom. Let's find some freedom. Ji-ah redeems Tic's guilt about his actions and career. You're not a monster. She doesn't see him as the monster as he sees himself, but she is his opposing mirror. Ji-ah still believes she is a monster. She don't forgive herself. She can see the good in him with her mother in her ear and the things that she does at night when that door and that lair closes. She knows she's still a monster. And the way he holds her hands, the way she has learned, right? Well, this is what care is like. When you hold my hands like that, that means you care and that you care about my feelings and my emotions. And he held her hands just like that and kissed them too. We love a hand kiss, a little nose kiss, a forehead kiss. What is wrong with y'all niggas? Y'all don't do that for us. Never mind. I'm not going to do it because we don't have the time. But he holds her hands the way young Ja has. Right? And we learn here that Tic is a virgin. Never had a taste of that sweet velvet in his life. MM says, that's what I call a date. All right? Whew. Whew. Jasmine says, I hope there is no love triangle, but more of an understanding of what each of them wants and move on independently. Giggle says, I don't think Letty should have lost her virginity to Tic. That was an ugly loss. That was an ugly L. I ain't gonna hold you. That was an ugly L, Letty. I'm sorry, right? But we learned here that Tic is a virgin and bringing it back to the way Letty lost her virginity to Tic, right? Tic didn't engage Letty like that due to like the moment and the romance and the sex. He was trying to emotionally dump into her and own her because we saw her entertaining another man, and that's what he didn't like. It wasn't about that moment. Same as right here, the way Ji-ah is engaging Tic's virginity right here. It's not because she's into this moment or really is trying to get a man. I am here to kill you, to seek vengeance on what you did to my best friend. This is outside of love and care. Look at these mirrors. Mosey said, I cannot help but feel upset on her behalf. Paige, who says, I cannot find that part believable. He looked every bit of 40. You can have a 40-year-old virgin. We all saw the movie. It's possible. UK Leone says Letty was a fluff buff. I don't know what that means, but that's mean. Here, the Kumiho spirit uses a human mask to save Tic, right? Mimicking the slur that Sung taught her just in that courtyard earlier when they was playing with that red ball. Repeating the word that she learned, being the mimic yet again, using a human mask to save his life. I can't kill you. My tail's about to come out. Get up out my skirt, boy. Get on home. You know that mama was looking at that booty. I would have been like, now, what kind of man? Ooh. Actually, no, she's seen 99 of them. Never mind. She's not impressed. She's seen them all. Using a human mask to save his life. Get on out of here. Did mom kill her daughter by summoning the Kumiho spirit? Is the mother a monster? The mother asking, how can you sit there pretending to have feelings for someone who killed your best friend? The same way you pretending to not have feelings for a monster that killed your daughter. You pretending you don't love me. Look at you lying through those teeth. Lying. You pretending you don't love me. She meets up with Tic again to explain her case. When I first saw you at the hospital, the anger shot through me like lightning. This is exactly what she asked for when she was on that meet cute during a date with that good Judy. Now that y'all put me on, Judy's daughter. I hope that's not an insult. Is that an insult? I don't want to say nothing mean about my gays. I love my gays. She said, I want to meet somebody who shoots through me like lightning. Not the way you expect it, but that's the universe for you. That's manifesting for you. It don't be coming in the way that you say it, but it be coming. She was angry when it shot through like lightning, but it shot through like lightning. That's why you got to make it specific, right? And she says to Tic, you saved me, I think. Tic loves her as she is. He don't know what's under that thing, but he loves her as she is. Versus the mother who gives that thing that she is as the exact reason why she won't love her. And she tells Tic, we've both done monstrous things, but that does not make us monsters. We can be the people we see in each other. We just have to choose to be. Turn off the lights. Let's light a candle. It's the first time, y'all. Feeling in love. I'm so. It's both of their first time. Tic's first time having some sex. Ji-ah's first time having sex with emotions, with love, with connection. Using sex to connect to the human instead of destroying them as usual. Both of their first times. Myra says that scene was acting. Jay Pollard, hello, welcome to the room. The mother fed her with blood on her hands. Yes, fed her the husband's favorite food on her daughter's birthday. Ooh, and fed lies about the control she has over herself as a Kumiho. She's definitely a monster. Come on, Jay Pollard. Mara Sharice, you got competition tonight. Very nice. Very nice. Soraya says, Tic at his little pumps. And the girl says, I'm not even into muscles like that, but Tic's physique, Lord. He fine. He is fine. All that mouth. Y'all seen Ji-ah trying to kiss that top lip? Stop, shut up. Ji-ah wants to tell Tic the truth of her Kumiho spirit just to know if this love is real because her mother was acting like it wasn't. And we are flipping everything on this head. Usually we saw her having sex in the night, in the dark, where her secrets are, where the secret of her murderous monster spirit lies. But today, to blend into the daughter's humanity, to blend into the human mask, with the Kumiho spirit, we're having sex in the light. It's the daytime, candles out, feeling each other, connecting to each other, allowing this moment to be the complete opposite of what she uses sex for. The Kumiho and the daughter mask meet in this one moment, making a neutral space where she usually enacts violence. Whew. Hey, Barty says, was she doing that squeeze thing to control the monster? It's called a Kegel. Get into it. Y'all, but she cannot control the tails. Mama was right. Them tails came out, y'all. One time now, y'all. Bah! Generational trauma. As Montrose beats the black off of Tic when he was a boy, just like Montrose's daddy beat the black off of him down to the bus station. Ji-ah's mother feeding her those fleshy, guilt-filled foods. Blood on her hands. Generational trauma. We see Tic's past. We see Dara, the mother, encouraging baby, look up and dream, versus the torture. The war criminal, what he did to young Ja. What he did to young Ja. Who? Maya says Netflix and chill circa 1950. Mara Cherie said he hit that G spot and she lost control. That's called the Ji-ah. Shut up, y'all. Y'all are crazy. What is wrong with you guys? I can't. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, wait. Did Elle say it? I see Stardust's comment that says on her first victim, we see she lit one candle and they all lit up without her touching. Wait a minute. What y'all said? Oh, Elle says the candles were giving ritual. Was it 100 candles in the room? Was it 100 candles in the room? I missed that. Y'all got good eyes. Harper, who did? Who's that in my man's bed? Who is it? It's a woman coming, y'all. We see Tic's future. When Ji-ah gets him off of her, saves his life the second time from these tales, we see his future now, not just the past. We didn't know she had this power. He goes back to Chicago. There's a sleeping in my bed. We see Tic's death. Back when she was a savior, a hero, a nursing student, practicing on bodies, practicing on the only Black body. That was called foreshadowing. That dead Black body in front of her. To see Tic's dead Black body in this futuristic premonition? KS says, that's what I want to know. Who's that? Who is she? Full circle moments. Tic don't love her. The way he hit that roll so fast, I'm sorry, baby. He's not in love with the monster. He is not in love with the monster at all. But since she was out there caught lying, mom does. Mom loves her baby, still in there somewhere, sharing the Kumiho spirit. And we see, as we've contrastly have seen this entire episode, love happening in the night versus the sex in the daytime, completely switching roles, embracing the monster as the daughter. Let's go meet Mudang then, since she want to have a problem. Let's go meet Mudang. Ji-ah and mom return to the shaman who put the Kumiho spirit in her, looking at that red fox which inhabits her body and the spirit. And we have the overlay of a Judy Garland soundbite who says, she's been the victim of so many untruths. And what kind of people are they? They're dead people. Our perceptions of people as monsters do not allow them to live in their full, true identity. And Ji-ah had to find out the hard way. Tic is not just a monster to throw out and go kill. He has a whole other side that you didn't even know you could have loved. It's shady. I would have smited you if I was young John looking at you from up down. I would have haunted you down. Because I know you're not in that bed. You can't be. You saw him pull my teeth and you out here crying down to the bed about him. I'm petty. I'm petty. Judy boy says niggas in my LaTasha voice. Tumbled and rolled about it there. Mara Cherie says the Twitter said she looked pregnant. Did y'all see it? I didn't see. Yes, Giggles, clear that up. Who looked pregnant? Which ladies you talking about? Letty, Ji-ah, the Chicago woman down to the bed? Y'all doing rumors now. Y'all doing rumors. Here's a funny thing about Judy Garland. Well, not a funny thing, but a historical fact. Judy Garland was also sexually assaulted in Hollywood. If you guys see old movies, you guys see those Goldenmeyer, MGM Studios. Yeah, that guy. Was groping her all the time, harassing her all the time, touching Judy Garland's body. And one day she finally put a stop to it, saying, Mr. Meyer, don't you ever do that again. I will not stand for it. And what did Mr. Meyer do? What niggas do? He cried. How can you say that to me? The one who loves you. We've seen love look hella funny in this series, huh? I'm gonna kill you to protect you. I'm gonna cut you off to protect you. I'm gonna throw you against the wall because I love you. What is we talking about? And to think that this is an actual historical occurrence between Judy Garland and Meyer, Hollywood big schmuck, her body being used as the man who is the hero, the salvation to her career, versus the monster who touches her body without consent in the night. MM says, I can't see Ji-ah raising a mixed baby in South Korea in 1950. I want to know where y'all get the audacity to do this on this day. Where do you get the audacity? Yes, CJ, he cried. When he was the victimizer, that's what these niggas do. When you call them out, they get hurt and sad and want to run back and be on stage talking about, I'm sorry. Sorry, that was an offset. I had to offset that joke. We finally get alignment between mom and daughter. Look at them in the same colors, coming to the same place. The mother accepts Ji-ah's refusal to take another soul, and she offers herself as a sacrifice. You should have did that about an hour ago, ma'am. Because why you put all of us and Ji-ah in this predicament? You should have sacrificed yourself a long time ago. I'm just saying, but thank you. Ji-ah had asked this shaman, Miss Mudang, if her vision of Tic's future is true. Is he gonna die? Is my man gonna die? Right? And she has bad news. Telling Ji-ah, you pretending to be human is in vain. You think you in love? You really calling this person your mom? You're a Kumiho. Right? Last shot. Within Mudang says this, you have not even become one with the darkness yet. You will see countless deaths before your journey is done. Here we are, Ji-ah and this Kumiho spirit in the light, choosing humanity versus the mask that we met her, right? The mask of this human person and this monster in the dark. In this very last shot, deciding that she's going to chase humanity. And now her monster side is her prison. It's a shame. You really won't down. It's a shame. Yes. Zacharias, what you said? They need that George and Hippolyta love. R.I.P. Uncle George. Elle says, so now she got to see 100 futures? I don't know, but you know what I would have stopped seeing? Another chick in my man's bed. I would have had to stop seeing that because you're doing a lot. You're doing too much. Okay, I didn't need to see that. I thought I finally found someone. I changed my socks and everything. Hippolyta is going to do a whole lot. I would like to thank y'all for joining me on this dissection, episode 6, LoveCraft Country. We are having a good time every Monday, 6 p.m. EST, live LoveCraft Country. Next week is episode 7. Thursday, we are back with another dissection of your choosing. We're not sure. Only if you're a Patreon, patreon.com/JustLatasha. I put up a poll today, Patreon exclusive. What will be our Thursday video? The Emmy Award-winning Watchmen, shout out to Regina the King, or the Emmy Award-winning Euphoria? I feel like it's 50-50. Y'all have been asking for either or, but my Patrons will decide. On Thursday, we'll be back to figure out which one it's going to be, right? Which one is it going to be? Follow me on social media, JustLatasha on Instagram, JustLatasha404 on Twitter. I have just did a podcast with my dear friend Mandy B of the Horrible Decisions podcast. She launched a new podcast called Period Sis, where I speak about my upbringing as a dark-skinned Black woman, my detachment from strong Black women, and being a boss and an entrepreneur, making things go round and round and round, because I am producing my sketch comedy series called Just Latasha's Interactions. Follow the soul page on Instagram and Twitter at Interactions, INNR Actions. Mandy B starring in an episode. Dustin Ross starring in an episode, Jesse Wu directing an episode, and more announcements to come. The show is going to be so fire. Make sure you're keeping up with the pages on that. And I see y'all throwing hearts in the chat. I love y'all right back. Thank you. Throw some hearts in the chat. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share the content. I think that was it. I do think that was it. Mara Sharice is the winner of tonight's section. Only because you clock things mad early. I did like somebody else's thing. No, I think it was Joshua, but they only commented once. So, but Mara Sharice is tonight's winner, dissection winner. Congrats to you. And thank y'all. I think that's it. I'm logging out. I'll see y'all later. Bye. No, I won't take that no more.